Project-based learning is one of the most important components of a Khan Academy classroom and really is the original vision of what should happen in classroom time. The original vision of Khan Academy is that the core skill building, the core skills that a student need is done in an individualized way on the computer, in many cases at home or after school, and it really frees up the classroom time to be much more social. Students really should be collaborating and exercising creativity and developing broader, softer skills like leadership and teamwork. And that's really the vision of what would happen. In fact, a few years ago, Khan Academy used to run summer camps. And in those summer camps, it really was only about the project-based learning. The students had used Khan Academy, the software and the videos at home before they came to the summer camp, and during the summer camp we really just focused on applying the skills in the real world. The students built robots and played math games and did other things, and in our vision of the classroom of the future, this really will play a very major role in it. Now, as of today, we haven't really built projects directly into our product, even though we would love to over time. The same way we have suggested videos and exercises to the students, it'd be great if on the teacher dashboard you had suggested projects that you could choose from based on the skills of where the students are. But that's much further down the road. In the near term, though, we do think there is a way that you can leverage Khan Academy to drive more productive project-based learning. So if you think of your typical classroom with a large number of students in it, what you would typically see if you try to do a project is that there's a few students. It may only be a couple, or in some cases a handful of students who really haven't built the core skills necessary to do that project. And then when you actually attempt that project, these students get disengaged, or they get even further behind from the rest of the class. And Khan Academy can help with this. Khan Academy help with this because if you use the dashboard, let's pull that up. You can look to see what projects your students really are ready for. For example, if this was a sample dashboard for you and you had a project that relied on understanding how to calculate the surface area and the volumes of cylinders and other shapes in solid geometry, you would see that your students really haven't all mastered that skill set. So instead of attempting that project, maybe you would have more small group instruction, or you would have more directed one-on-one time or peer-to-peer tutoring with the students to make sure that they all fill in those gaps before you attempt the project. Or if you wanted to spend time just to mix it up, kids are spending a little too much time peer-to-peer tutoring and doing other activities, maybe you would pick a project that you think the students are ready for. So you would look on your progress report here and see maybe dividing fractions. All of our students have mastered that recently, and you would pick a project that builds upon those core skills. So that way, what our dashboard lets you do is it really helps the teacher identify the projects that are going to be the most productive use of the class's time. And in the ideal world, this is what the classroom would really look like. This is an example project taken from example picture taken from one of the classrooms last year. And in this project, the students built a clubhouse, and they had to paint it, and they had to calculate what's the amount of paint needed to really cover all the surface area in this clubhouse that they built. And again, it was teamwork, and it was a little bit of artistic creativity skills and a number of other things. Another project that they did was this one, where the students were given a bathroom floor plan, and they had to design the tiling for it, and they had a number of different tiles. Each of these type of tiles had a different area and a different cost per square foot. They had a very specific budget. They had to work in teams and design what the floor plan would look like, stay under budget, and there was a competition to see who designed the best plan. And you can see a project like this, it incorporates creativity, it incorporates teamwork, there's a little friendly competition, and there's a lot of skills, because in order to do this, obviously you really have to understand area of the various polygons here, and you really have to understand how to map that to costs in a very real world circumstance. So those are the type of projects that you can think about doing in the classroom. As of today, like I said, we don't have a library available, but you know, please feel free to leverage existing materials that you may have and that you may feel comfortable with. And if you are open to sharing projects that you may have thought up in the past, or really cool things that have worked well in your classroom, we are absolutely looking for input and collecting that feedback from all of the classrooms so that we can think about how to incorporate this type of project-based learning more closely into our product, because we really do feel that it is one of the more important elements of rounding out the education that you can get in one of the Khan Academy classrooms.